Alright, everybody. So, plan for today. Wasn't sure if I wanted to record this or not, but I'm going to finish Golden Gears. It's probably going to take 2 or 3 more runs before we finish it. Possibly more if I get bad RNG and fuck it up. But, that's the plan for today. And if we finish that, maybe we'll do some pulls for Adventurine's Cone. Then we'll start the Scholar's Strife. Because I really want to do the Scholar's Strife, because I want to finish Golden Gears before I start Scholar's Strife, but I also want to make sure that I, what's it called? I want to finish Scholar's Strife before the Herta becomes on banner, because I think we'll probably save a lot of my pulls for the Herta. I do want to pull Jing Yuan's Cone when he wraps around again, so, ugh, I'm going to have to do a lot of saving. I have like 180 pulls right now. I'll have like, which I don't think is enough to guarantee Sunday, so probably pass on him. Might actually just pass on Adventurine's Cone. My Adventurine's mostly built. He would really benefit from his cone, and I might be convinced otherwise and to just do it. But I'm not going to go for it. I might be convinced to try, and if I can... But if I lose the 75-25... that's that. I'll just guarantee the Jing Yuan Cone and move on. It was never meant to be. Yeah, that's the thing is, I know it's enough to hit hard pity, but I won't have 180 pulls after I pull a light cone now. Unless I get it on like 0 pity. I'm assuming that I'm gonna pull the cone on like hard pity, which is like 80, right? If it takes me to go to max pity to then lose the 75-25, and then I go to max pity a second time, that's 160 pulls, which means that I'll have 20 pulls going in to get Jing Yuan's Cone. So, that's why I don't plan on pulling. Oh, am I on the wrong scene? I'm on the wrong scene. Studio mode. There we go. I was like, why is the chat underneath my webcam? And so it should be, chat should be in the top left. Or is it top right? Yeah. I want to save at least 140 cones for when, pulls for when, my goal is to have 140 at least by the time Herta's banner goes up. So I'm going to pull conservatively for that. Because I have detected a pattern with my 50-50 pulls. And that pattern seems to be, I win 50-50, I win 50-50, then I lose 50-50, then I lose 50-50, then I win. I seem to win 2, then lose 2, consistently. Fugue, I think I'm never going to switch off HMC, because I love the hat, so I'm probably not going to switch to Remembrance MC when it comes out. Let's see, 28... 179k is like 110-ish. So I'm at like 140 right now. So I could pretty much guarantee a cone right now if I want to. And then we're going to get 10 more when the patch rolls over. There's going to be another 10 in here soon. So, or I'll grab those. What am I doing on standard pulls? I don't even keep track of this. I almost have a 20k here. I don't have Ron May either, but I don't like the character, so I don't plan on pulling for her ever. I have an E2 Bronya, which I didn't think I'd ever get, to be honest. I didn't think I'd ever get an E2 Bronya. So I'm at 7 pity. Welcome back. 7 pity... Fei Xiao. Okay, so I've won the last... Or was... Did I win 50-50 for Fei Xiao? I remember pulling Fei Xiao super early. So that's right. I lost 50-50 on Kafka to Bronya, accidentally pulled on the wrong banner and got a guaranteed Fei Shao. And then I won 50-50 on Kafka. So I'm expecting... Maybe I'll win my next 50-50 if the pattern continues. Because then I'll have 1-2 in a row, and then I'll lose whoever I pull after my next 50-50. And then I almost never remember what I pull off of this banner. I pulled a double off this banner once, and that's like the last memory I have. But the battle isn't over. That's right, I got another one of Bronya's light cones. The banner has loved giving me Bronya stuff. I might get an E4 Bronya as my next 5-star. I plan on grabbing Bailu on the 5-star selector in the next batch. Because I don't have Bailu. I just want Bailu to have Bailu. I have her signature cone, too. I could slap it on her. Yeah. The last time I got a 5-star off the banner that wasn't a cone, it was the double pull where I got Yanqing Bronya in one pull. In one 10 pull. So, I finally have seen all of these. Which just means we need to get this, we need to get this. Emperor Rubert 2. Trigger criteria, complete the 3rd plane. Collecting all Golden Gear secrets. Alright, so it looks like we only really need to do one run. For speed running's sake, this is basically the team I have been running. And haven't done it on this dice set yet, so let's try it out.
Let's save some time.
At least Fei Shao is good. Didn't want the character, but at least she's good. Makes me feel a little bit better about accidentally wasting a guaranteed pull on her. And I got her at 27 pity. We want the wax ablation, thank you. Probably go to the one with not a lot of fire and give us wind weakness for the final boss. This seems good.
I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Is he dead? There we go. Wish upon a star. Brain in a vat. Ooh, I want the fortune glue. This just makes me not have to take as many other blessings. I got the hunt synchronicity already. That's what we wanted. Ooh, we got the ult buff. That was lucky.
Victory is inevitable!
Just a casual half mil.
I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable! I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant!
Brain in a vat. So busted.
Victory is inevitable!
Holy shit. Oh god. They do so much damage.
No dirty all
I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Commencing pacification.
I venture forever.
Die, please.
Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Good thing we're heading to a transaction domain. Hunt seems like the one that's easier to deal with. Destruction seems kind of busted.
This one looks dangerous. Leave it to me.
Planning before acting.
What's better than one Arbiter General? Two Arbiter Generals.
Punish evil.
No dirty
that it?
tricks, all right.
Someone else take this one? Nice job! Time to show Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs. Watch this!
That won't do. The fearless knows not fear. Too slow.
Yeah!
Follow my charge.
I venture for forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable! I venture forth to hunt
I mean,
forever. Triumphant!
brain into that.
Inevitable! I venture forth forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Here, there's thunder.
No dirty. Watch your head.
Sword, heed me!
Oh, I get it! Ready to shine.
Eeny, meeny, miny.
Now watch
Hit
this!
you.
Spend freely. The dice have been cast.
Let's debuff the
Us.
boss.
Or maybe I'll take it all.
Never hesitate!
All in.
That won't do.
No dirty tricks, all right.
You're all in on it.
Watch your head.
Yeah!
There's no time to lose. Conflict. It's meaningless.
I venture forth forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
I mean,
Come get me! I venture forth to hunt.
oh,
Forever.
didn't think I timed that one correctly.
Victory is inevitable! How about you? The fearless knows not fear. Trap! Too slow.
Awesome! Shing!
It's on me.
Time to show you what I can. Azure
Is this
Dragon,
one imaginary?
White Tiger, less carbs. Watch this!
It was.
Punish evil!
All in.
Show no mercy. Show no mercy.
Bang.
I venture forth to forever. Triumphant!
Dunzo.
Victory is inevitable! Never hesitate! I failed.
Finally got it. Space-time prism. We got the cheese.
Peerless.
I mean, I have Topaz. I'm going to grab you in case we get a fuck up. But I'm just going to do the cheese.
Let's save some time.
Got them all.
All together!
Get the Erudition one. Ooh, all-type res pen. Buff attack to oblivion.
to show you what I can really do. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs. Watch this!
That won't do. Show me what you can do. I'll give you 5 seconds. Never hesitate! Trap!
Nice job!
I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant!
Look at that damage! Brain in a vat is busted!
Triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Too slow. I venture forth to forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Steady.
All in.
The market is unpredictable. Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game!
The dice have bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Oh, I get it! Now watch this! Easy, Numby.
Alright, here comes the arrows.
No dirty tricks, all right. Watch your head. Sure, I'll play along. It's on me.
Fangs and claws got dull. The fearless knows not fear. That won't do. I venture forth to hunt.
Let's start whittling this guy down.
Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
All in.
Ready to shine. Time to show you what I can really do. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs. Watch this!
And that's game. Where's my Staples easy button? There we go. We have entered the moment of news. Alright, droid head, give me the lore. Was anyone else as excited as me for getting to see Noose in the most recent trailer? Their radiance pierces through your body like icy beams without warning. As they gaze into the vast universe, you find yourself unable to touch any of the routes within their calculations. A verdict is given. This is the third moment. And number 27, Rubert, is dead. Did they already foresee this on the day he gazed at Rubert? Is it possible to stop it from happening? Simulated universe? No. Man, the Enigmata is all over this. All of a sudden they arrive, intending to shatter the concept of moments. The iridescent radiance is gnawing at your senses like dancing stardust, but you understand that everything is certain. This is their third movement, and number 27, Rubert, is dead. Is it possible to stop it from happening? Simulated universe? No. Ah, the equilibrium. Ooh. Next, you sense their presence with their ancient dominance. They make things right and with the utmost precision and no deviation, only slightly affecting the angle at which the robot's chest is incised with a scalpel. You understand that this is their third movement. Number 27, Rubert, is dead. It's possible to stop it from happening. Simulated universe? No. Here it is, Rubert the Emperor. You look up the gargantuan figure whose ankle is nearby. Yet its melancholic and biting cold aura prevents you from coming any closer. Amid the frigid mist, the metal emits a glow that cannot be obscured even by war. You look into its eyes. In an instant, you see everything in the world dissipate. The world awakens, sleep revives, then collapses. Everything occurs as if fated and cannot be reversed. When the last speckle of dust falls onto the ground, it signals the end of the third movement. Ron May is silent, but you can discern a mysterious hint of delight in her eyes. She is relishing in this faint sense of excitement. Some data has stopped running, she says. Everything is nothing but particles that congregate and dissipate. Only the universe can remain ancient forever. And their gazes are timeless, Scrulum remarks. Not a lot of lore in that one. We basically just got to ask God, hey, can we prevent this thing that you said was going to happen from happening? And 3 gods said no. Well, that's going to be the end of it for a while. There's quite a lot of information related to the IPC. Hey, sidekick, is this enough to last you a while? I appreciate your help, Madam Herta. The final payment will be made. Sort it out with Asta. I don't deal with money. About the bet between you two. Oh, obviously I won. However, the other version isn't totally baseless. You must have seen that Donfang Chixing appeared opposite of the Lord of Silence in a small section of the data. The two have come into contact before, but their relationship was unknown. I suspect they had something to do with Louis Fleming's retirement. That's another even more complicated story. There are so many mysteries waiting to be solved, I can't wait. Who cares about the bet anymore? Alright. Which means it's time for Golden Gears, the finale. Golden Gears finale, difficulty 1. Second verse, same as the first. Yeah, we'll use Pursuit, just for the speed run. I like taking less damage. How about you? Physical fire weakness seems good.
The market is unpredictable.
Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game! Someone else take this one? Time to show Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, watch this!
Just don't want to waste the energy.
Here you go, Master!
Show me what you can do. Never hesitate!
Go Numby! Yeah!
I venture forth to hunt forever.
Can this kill?
Victory
I think it
is
can.
inevitable.
Alright, easy peasy. Give us our aftertaste damage. I'll take the fortune glue. More aftertaste. Brain in Nevada's busted. That's what we learned last time. Resben. Green with Dr. Ratio is probably one of my favorites that you get from that. Loves me some brain in a vat. Quake damage is nice. We have shields. I believe this will be the easy one. Because Svarog, we can kind of just nuke him to oblivion.
Try sparring
Feeling
with this
lucky.
guy.
Let's save some time. The market is unpredictable.
Right!
Let's just
Investing
see
in victory
how much
means
damage we can do to him
playing the long game.
before he even gets a
Someone else
turn.
take this one? Nice job! Time to show you Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less cards, watch this!
I think we can get... Oh, we can just definitely...
Ribbit drift!
Real value waiting.
I venture forth forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
We can literally clear 2 of his health bars before he gets a turn.
I venture forth to forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Urge
No
initiated.
dirty tricks, all
I
right.
venture forth to
And if I timed that better, I think we could have completely killed him before he got a single turn. Wow. That's so busted.
Feeling lucky.
I feel not safe. We squishy. We very squishy now. One planar abyss ray ain't that bad, right? Okay, so we're adding a fire weakness.
This one looks dangerous. Leave it to me.
This is gonna be hard.
Let's save some time.
Alright. Let's get lucky.
Time to show you what I can Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs. Watch this!
Too slow.
The market is unpredictable. Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game! Here you go, Master!
I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant!
Die, please.
Victory is inevitable! Fangs and claws got dull. I venture forth forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable! I venture forth forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable! Never hesitate!
Okay.
Watch your head. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
Confiscated!
Okay, Topaz has a nice health now.
Go Nuppy! Awesome! Now watch this!
Here come the arrows. Oh, that's right, we have abundance. Never mind.
The market is
Don't have to worry about that then.
in victory means playing the long game!
We will very much out DPS any of their
Show you
damage.
what I can really do. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, less carbs. Watch this!
I venture forth to hunt forever. Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
All in.
Fangs and claws got dull. Never hesitate! I won't do.
It's on me.
You need to get stronger.
Easy, Numby. Whip it, Drift! Yeah! The market is unpredictable. Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game!
When you have Topaz as your main DPS carry with a fucking face shower on the
Oh,
board.
I get it! Shing!
The fearless knows not fear. I won't do. I venture forth forever.
Game over.
Triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
The moment of news. Aeonic encounter. Let's do this. Alright, it's finally time to see how Golden Gears ends. This is what I've been basically doing for the last 2 weeks. Let's sum it up as usual. It is obvious what Herta intends to say next. Stephen, let's hear your thoughts. Me? Stephen Lloyd stammers. I can't do it. You're a genius, Stephen Lloyd. I can't believe you can't do public speaking. Herta's gaze clearly lingered with annoyance. One day we'll help Stephen overcome his fear of crowds, Can. We need to organize the parts related to the IPC and keep them happy. Then we can keep the data about the Aeons that we want. Let's begin. Now, Herta casually spins in a circle. Let's start. The starting point is the IPC, Scroolum twists the gear in his glasses. It is the earliest point in history we can trace matters back to. The era that came after the Swarm disaster was when the IPC underwent rapid expansion. Historical moments like the support team reorganization, credit system establishment, and Synthesia beacon invention took place during this time. The development of the IPC reached its peak. Nevertheless, the operation of the IPC exacerbated the economic inequality in the universe. Conflicts built up over time, leading to the outbreak of the Border Star trade war by two IPC executives, Talora Farnasha and Korapau. That is the first moment calculated by Noose. Their figure emerges again, but they remain in silence. The board of directors of IPC changed from time to time. No one cared about the departments and their heads, Herta adds. What matters is Noose and their subsequent calculations. What happened next was the birth of Rubert the robot, which became the 27th member of the Genius Society. Stephen Lloyd scratches his face uneasily and continues. Rubert came up with the anti-organic equation and instigated the Second War while Border Star trade war was still ongoing. That is the second moment. Rubert the Emperor believed that the algorithm of organic lives was riddled with errors and loopholes. No matter how long their prosperous lives continued, they would inevitably bring their lives to an end. This was probably what inspired Rubert to derive the anti-organic equation. My conjecture. Rubert received Noose's gaze for his anti-organic equation, Scroolum comments. Rubert used to be a discarded computer. It was a miracle that it developed awareness. Herta sneezed suddenly. It was once in a slumber, but managed to wake up. The simultaneous outbreak and continuation of the Emperor's War and the Border Star trade war was almost as tragic as the Swarm disaster. Last but not least, the third moment. Oh, it's my favorite, yeah, because you seemed really obsessed with Polka Calcamond. Herta suddenly stood on her tiptoes in excitement. The Lord of Silence, you did well. I mean, you were exceptional. I'd like to meet you. Can you hear me? Number 27, Rubert the Emperor, was killed by number 4, the Lord of Silence, Ron May summarizes in her ever-peaceful voice. Her words transform into data that is stored in the simulated universe. Number 27's name is not found in their calculations, nor is the name of number 4. They only state the outcome. At that moment, the Emperor and the Empire ceased to exist at the same time. Some opined that the IPC was behind this. Looking at it now, at least we can be certain that Polka was there. If only I could ask her in person, Herta mutters. How about the traces of other aeons? Mythos. I saw their trace, Ron May says contemplatively. And Aha's laughter, Stephen Lloyd says hesitantly. It could be bogus since they were unscrupulous. The radiance of Ho was captured by the simulated universe, Ron May continues. They would not stand by and do nothing as the war raged on. However, the moments calculated by Noose did come true one after another, as though no forces interfered with them. Perhaps some Aeons did or did not attempt to do so. The simulated universe is, after all, created by geniuses. It's possible that what failed to prevent the moments from happening was our limited intelligence, and not the simulated Aeons. Herta shrugs. The familiar Aeon I miss the day that they gazed at me, and how I felt when I asked them questions. The passage of time never changes them. How interesting. Well, is it time for us to get out? Question. There is something I don't understand, Screwlum says. Are there traces of Rubert II in this dimension? No way, Ron May ruminates, the question with a look of hesitation. After a moment of contemplation, she gives up speculating. I know you care about him, but it's impossible for Rubert II to exist in such an ancient dimension. We can discuss it again when we have the chance, Herta shrugged. I think we've got enough to send to the IPC. Let's try a more straightforward simulation next time. I am Omega. And thus ends Gold and Gears. Can you remember that sidekick? It left after its mission was accomplished. Still, it spent all the credits in its account to post collaborator recruitment advert on the Interstellar Network for a simulated universe. It said, although it couldn't disclose the exact details of the job, it can honor the bet in a different way. I'm surprised by how developed the free will of the robot is nowadays. You can now use the path of erudition in the simulated universe. Hooray, I can use erudition in other paths now. I love how, because there's so many Herta puppets, I don't even bat an eye about the fact that there's another Herta like 5 feet over there, and another one 5 feet over there. Well, now that we have all that free jade, let's do that thing I said we would do. What is my light cone pity at, anyway? And we won the thing last time, so... Let's see. What are the other rate-ups? Day 1 of my new life. Make the world clamor. Boundless choreo. I've never seen this light cone. Here we go. Boundless choreo. Oh, it's the dance one. Whereas crit rate by 8%, 24% crit damage to enemies that are currently slowed or have reduced defense. Pretty good, in my opinion. Okay, so 7 pity. Let's see if we're lucky. 17 pity. We're not lucky. I don't think I want any of these 4-star cones as another issue. I think the only one I want is the Nihility one. I don't even have a Nihility unit for it, to be honest. Alright. 17. Now moving to 27, which is the current record number for the lowest 5-star I've pulled, period. Unless it was 26 for Japard, but I think it's 27 for Feixiao. No luck. No dice. We got all of our dice in Simulated Universe. Boundless choreo. You get a lot of Undying Embers from the light cone banner. Star Rail special pass. Boop. 116 of these. So we had 7. We just did 20. So we're at 27. Let's go to 37. I'm on the right banner, right? Yes. Bygone Reminiscence. No dice. 37. Make the world clamor. All right, 47. Halfway to max pity. Or technically we're halfway now. I never get these cones early. What's the rate of a 5-star cone anyway? I'm assuming it's the same as a character. It would be nice if it was higher. Drop rate out of 5 stars, 75%. But what's the rate out of everything? 0.8%. .6. So it is higher for cones. In a fractional sense. Okay, I've lost count. Are we up to 56? Or 57? If so, this is 67. Which will be the first one with soft pity. Do we get it? Or do we go to max pity? I think we go to max pity. I always go to max pity, and I almost always win 2 in a row, lose 2 in a row. Moza, you're not even rate up! I do want your Eidolons, though. Alright. Going to 77 pity, I believe, if the math's right. This is it, right? Did we get it? No, we didn't. So, we're going to max fucking pity for a fucking cone. This is why I'm not pulling for Sunday. Because I need Jing Yuan's cone. So this is guaranteed, so I don't even really know. Now we just need to win 75-25. Which I haven't pulled enough light cones to really have a good average to see if I'm even getting 75% of them. Oh, hi, March. I don't even know what my Eidolon numbers are for you. That's 68, or say, so that's 78, 79, which means this is the cone. Or should be. Time waits for no one. Nope, we lose. Oh! A double? I wasn't even expecting that. So this was the max pity we lose, but then we got it on 6 pity. Aventurine! All or nothing! What are the odds? I mean, I know what the odds are. There was 0.8% to the fucking, what was it? 3rd power? 6th power? I don't know. 0.8% times 6. Those were the odds. What the fuck? Well, we have no guarantee for Jingyuan's cone, but I'm kind of happy. Even his cone is so crazy that even at level 40, I still hope us to have 4K. And the wearer provides a shield to the wearer. To an ally, the wearer's crit damage increases by 40%, lasting 2 turns. When the wearer's follow-up attack enemy target, there's a 100% base chance to increase the damage taken by the attacked enemy by 10%. So I have a debuff on my Aventurine now, which means good shit. That's so crazy. I'm so happy. I got a double. I got 2 5-star cones in 1 pull. So now I've had it happen once on the standard banner. I've had it happen once on a light cone banner. Now we just need it to happen once on a limited character banner. And just like that, he's over 4,000 defense now. Just to compare that, this is what I had on him before. An S5 cone. At level 80, he was getting... He's getting 12 more base defense, plus a 40% defense buff from the cone itself. So at level 60, it's already surpassing a 4-star cone at level 80. So I might forget to max out the level on this, but it's already better. And it also gives me a debuff, so I can actually run him with ratio a lot easier now. Because his follow-up attacks are going to put a 10% damage debuff on people. His cone is busted. He is effectively a harmony unit for now. I'm going to start a new recording, because I don't like having recordings over 3 hours. But, alright. So, I said we would start the Scholar's Strife at some point, and it's time to start the Scholar's Strife. Because that some point I defined was whenever we finished Golden Gears. And Polka is so involved in that, apparently.
A woman full of mystery. Many people in the society died by her hand. I haven't heard anything about her for many years, but I firmly believe she is still alive. Hey, Lord of Silence, if you're here, if you're listening, I'm member 83 Herta, and I want to meet you. I believe you and I will have a lot to talk about.
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they have nothing to talk about. But okay, it's time for Scholar's Strife. Underlying logic assessment complete. No data anomalies found. Attempting 1291st message input. Also, I'm told we're supposed to be getting a new collaborator for the simulated universe. I wonder who it'll be. I speculated on a few possible people, but haven't come to any conclusion yet. Underlying logic assessment complete. Conclusion. No contact established with Herta. She's offline. So many Hertas. What happened? I apologize for meeting you here at this time, Miss Can. As you can see, The project has encountered an unknown error. The test will also be temporarily delayed. Logic. A massive void appeared in the simulated universe. It cannot be observed or interfered with, yet continues to operate within normal parameters. According to data from the Candelgraphos, this void originally belonged to a time in history named the Scholar's Strife, after the Second Emperor's War. But when observed from the outside, all that can be seen within is only a chaotic, unknowable domain. What about Herta? This is exactly one of the dilemmas we are currently facing. Madame Herta is displaying unusual excitement towards the reconstruction of the unknowable domain, and has volunteered to connect herself to the simulated universe. Oh, so she's connected to it. Shortly after that, we lost all contact. All her puppets are currently in a state of complete shutdown. Conclusion. 33 standard hours have passed since her entry into the unknowable domain. Logic. It is possible to directly locate Madame Herta and forcefully eject her externally. Unfortunately, the location in question is difficult to reach, and time is running short. Is there any other way? Based on current situation, the most optimal solution is to identify an experienced tester, locate Madame Herta internally, and facilitate her extraction. Logic. Given the limited information we have, if I were to connect and subsequently experience the same communication breakdown as Madame Herta, it could result in irreversible deterioration of the situation. On the contrary, if I were to maintain communication with you on the outside and monitor the system's operation, I would be able to ensure your safety at the very least. Bet. I knew it. It has to be me. I have to bite the bullet. The situation is urgent, Miss Can. Please depart immediately. Connect to the unknowable domain. Command. Locking the current on coordinates to the unknowable domain. Coordinates are in motion, commencing deeper exploration. Preparing to connect to unknowable domain. Boss encounters is Kafka, level 90. Planar length. Interesting. What is this? Extrapolation alignment ultimate. Scepters and components for the chosen alignment will have a higher probability of appearing on this stage. So we want ultimate. Oh, we can use all my units like it's the Divergent universe for this, because they're all level 80 even if I don't have them play upgraded. I was so excited for the Scholar's Strife because I'm told that we're going to get a lot of Herta lore in this one. And then on top of that, shortly after they added this update, we get the drip feed for 5-star Herta. You cannot understand how excited I am. Also, some new maps would be nice. As the unknowable domain poses a certain threat, logic, I must provide an extrapolation target for this domain. In other words, information regarding the Scholar's Strife to increase the success rate of a rescue mission. The Scepter System, Inorganic Neuron Cluster, and Celestial-level computational interference devices created Emperor Rubert II are widely distributed across various quadrants of the Imperial Domain to complete the observation, extrapolations, and interference orders passed by him. After the Second Emperor's War, numerous intact scepter units were handed over to the Intelligentsia Guild by the IPC for research. However, in the active interstellar energy war, as well as the animosity and disagreements between the various schools, turned what was originally an academic exchange into a scholar's strife, with the scepter system at the center. What is your objective this time? You lot wish to research the scepters? Madame Herta may have another objective. Madame Herta has always hoped to amplify the total knowledge throughout the universe. As for her personal research, it originates from solitary wave theory, a conundrum left over from the era of the Scholar's Strife. It could be said that this extrapolation is a return to the beginning, back to the origin. However, She has unexpectedly become trapped at this origin. I hope that this knowledge will assist your search. Hint, you have obtained a scepter. After a target ally uses ultimate, restore 50 charge attacks when charge reaches 120. Balance deals ultimate damage equal to 200% base damage. Whoa, when conditions are met, scepter will be activated. Alright. Learn about the scepter's mechanics through combat. It's ultimate and charge. Balance deals ice damage equal to 200% the base damage to a random enemy targets repeating 8 times. I have a feeling that 5-star Herta will be linked to this specific ability. I'm calling it now. Deals ice damage equal to 200% base damage to a random enemy targets repeating 8 times. When dealing damage, apply one of the target stacks delay cataclysm. When weakness is broken, the ice damage ultimate damage is equal to 150% to random targets with delay cataclysm. Remove one stack from this effect, repeating until no target on the field possesses this effect. This effect stacks up to 8 times and lasts for 2 turns. When the effect is defeated, the enemy is transferred to a random enemy target. Okay, cool. 1 star. Evolution Alter Extreme. Evolution is antithesis and delay. That's a perfect medium for wisdom. They've added flavor text to the scepter, to the mechanics. That's cool. Scholar evolutionary through IPC composed. Restrictions on energetic. Scholar torque declared. Life wave. Okay. You can read that on your own time. You can choose characters that are compatible with the scepter's extrapolation alignment. Oh. Oh, I can switch on the fly. Nice. So it's basically Divergent Universe rules.
How about a one-on-one?
All your current scepters are shown here. Use ultimate to charge it. There is still some leftover energy in this current scepter. Use the ultimate again to successfully activate the scepter.
The market is
Not me to do that.
Nice! Investing in victory means playing the long game!
SAS per kid. Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
Too slow.
The dice have been cast. Bust.
Alright.
Or maybe I'll take it all.
0 points.
I venture forth to forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Okay. So we want people with low energy. I guess March 7th preservation would be pretty good this, which I just now realized we pulled another March 7th, so I have to upgrade her Eidolons. I don't even know what they do. Instructions. The circular-shaped interfaces are passive components. Passive components enhance the scepter's effects. When inserted into a charged scepter, increase charging efficiency by 20. Okay. Select any components you require. Amplification will proportionally affect the highlighted stats of the scepter's components. I mean, charge is the best one here. We want charge efficiency because we want that to go off as constantly as possible. Activate Omniscience Archive. Hint. This is the passive component you just obtained. Switch the component selection. Insert. Alright. Alright. This is going to be interesting. Kardashev Type 3. You have obtained a component that you already possess. The number of copies of this component you possess will be displayed here. When you have 3 identical components of the same star level, it will trigger component synthesis. So it gets a 10% buff if I get 3 of the same thing. That doesn't feel worth it. Achieving the component synthesis will increase its rarity. Component synthesis will grant you corresponding rewards. Instructions, the hexagonal shape, yada yada. They will trigger powerful effects if the scepter is activated. When a scepter attacks, every time it deals damage, randomly cause one of the DOTs on the target enemy to deal damage equal to 120% of the original damage. Please select components you require. Hexagonal components are supplementary components. The circular ones, passive components. Supplementary components will use powerful effects after the sectors activate. Matched against the suitable scepters, you may significantly improve your efficiency. Passive components can enhance scepters. Supplementary components. Cool. This is DOT. After scepters attack, deal a set amount of fire damage equal to 40% ultimate damage dealt. No. I guess that's what kind of... Scepters attack, deal an amount of fire damage equal to 40% of the ultimate damage dealt by the attack to an enemy target with the highest HP amongst targets hit by this attack. When Scepter attacks after every instance of damage... I think this is just the generically good one for what we're building already. I'm gonna have to remember to do this every time, though. When inserted into a charge, Scepter attacks one additional time after attacking one time. However, the charge needed for the charge Scepter attack increases. That seems terrible. Randomized pinpoint. When inserted to a bounce Scepter. What do we have? Ultimate charge. It is a bounce. When inserted into a bounce Scepter, the number of damage dealt by the Scepter increases by 4, with a 50% fixed chance of additionally increasing by 6 instances. There's a 25% 8 instances. That seems like the funny meme. Smart insertion. That will automatically update the Scepter's components after components are obtained. I mean, I want to do it manually. I'm a smart cookie. I can figure out how to combine cool effects for a fun and interesting outcome.
Lucky.
And there's Kafka.
For the theater of the...
Let's say something. How about a one-on-one?
Alright. So...
I venture forth to hunt. Forever. Triumphant! Check. Victory is inevitable! I venture forth to hunt. Forever. Triumphant! Check, check, check. Victory is inevitable!
The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll take it all.
SAS per kit. Knowledge, the measure of
We're
truth.
doing so much
and
damage.
falsehood.
The market
It's
is
hitting so
unpredictable.
many times.
Investing in victory means playing the long game!
Never hesitate! That won't do.
0 points.
Who will it be?
No dirty tricks, all right.
Let the valuation begin. With interest!
Fail. Your answers? Answer me.
Alright, here's
I
another roll.
venture forth to hunt. Forever.
This might just kill
Triumphant!
because of the Scepter being bullshit.
Victory is inevitable!
Well, that was easy. Give me my Staples easy button. We've actually encountered almost every Aeon in the simulated universe at this point. I think the only ones we haven't seen designs for is, like, Terminus. And, no, I think it's just Terminus. There's like 16 or 17 Aeons already in. I guess we haven't seen Long the Permanence in the simulated universe either. At the brink of the simulated universe, you can finally catch sight of Herta's familiar purple silhouette. The genius puppet, one of them, is currently standing on the boundary between two time periods, trying to peel off the unintelligible information of the unknowable domain. You would loudly call out to her, But it is not until you are right in front of her that you realize that the simulated universe has gained another living being. What are you doing here? This place is not for testing. Go and entertain yourself in some other domains. Madam Herta, you have been out of contact with the outside world for 34 universal hours. I specifically requested that Can come find you. 34 universal hours? It seems that not only does the Unknowable Domain interfere with the external observation, but also affects your sense of time. Though it looks like the unobservable nonsense code from outside everything is completely normal inside. This cannot be a programming error, it is some kind of impurity. Herta ignores you and Screwlum and casts her gaze back towards the data flow before her. Quickly you realize that it is not that she is trapped in the Unknowable Domain, she simply forgot to come back. That's kind of what I expected, to be honest. That's just so Herta. Alright, this is classic Herta. Do you know about the Circle of Knowledge? No, please, enlighten me. Herta asks from nowhere. Unlike before, she doesn't seem as frank and forthright. She is immersed in the confusion of some conundrum before her. I learned about it in a past life. I don't understand a word. I can make one up. Comparing one's own knowledge to a circle, the greater your knowledge, the larger your circle, and the more unknowns lay outside your circle. Appraisal, a very astute metaphor. Since I began my search for knowledge, whenever the knowledge inside my brain reached a certain level and was about to break through the known circle into the world of the unknown, I would encounter some kind of obstacle. Mechanical failure, data corruption, even threats to my personal safety. All sorts of unlikely events would occur that would push all of my research progress back to zero. I'm betting money on Polka Calcamond. Anywho. It's like there was a pair of invisible hands constantly preventing me from leaving the circle of the known, creating a continuous unknowable domain. It also could be Mythos. That just seems like Mythos' deal. Logic, you seem to be applying subjective quality to the objective obstacles. Allow me to remind you, subjectivity is the enemy of research. To some, it may be subjective conjecture. To a genius, it is a flash of inspiration. My intuition is telling me that this bottleneck of knowledge that we encounter in the simulated universe is stopping us from gaining certain knowledge and unearthing a certain period of history. Deduction. Perhaps Mythos of Enigmata cast their gaze over the simulated universe. I have 3,215 further deductions. Which would you like to hear? That's my boy, Screwlum. You are on the same page. Anywho. I didn't come to that many conclusions. I came to like 6 or 7. 3,215 seems a bit much. That sounds more like subjective conjecture to me. Let's talk about this outside. I'm out of here. Herta falls into a moment of uncharacteristic silence. She stands perfectly still and stares into the depths of the Unknowable Domain. It is as if something is waiting there for her, like a puzzle that calls for a genius to solve it. Forget it. I can always come back. You say that. Okay. So much for that. Conjectures obtained at 25. Time to start collecting jades again. Question. Were there any useful clues discovered regarding the cause of the Unknowable Domain? There are some clues, but not many. I saw much of the dark history of the Intelligentsia Guild. It's only been about 100 Amber Eras since the Scholar's Strike. 100 Amber Eras. An Amber Era is defined as every time Quipoth's hammer strikes, which is about every century or so, but sometimes it's like 75 years, so you can't really consider it to be consistent. But that means that was like over 1,000 years ago, right? 100 times 100. No, that's 10,000 years. Gives me such a crick in the neck thinking about that. It's only been 100 Amber Eras since the Scholar's Strife. Logically, as a direct participant, the Candelagraphos should have thoroughly documented the entire event. When I compared the data with the history of the Unknowable Domain, I discovered that there are numerous omissions and fabrications throughout. Oh, this has history fictionologists written all over it. Logic. The Intelligentsia Guild has always been extremely apprehensive regarding the Enigmata, especially concerning important historical materials. They would not have permitted historiofictionologists to tamper with it. Unless they did it with the intention to use the Enigmata as a cover, to conceal crucial information that would not exist, that should not exist. What are they hiding? It's my favorite time. Watch the drama unfold. Fictionologists are such great tools. What are they hiding? The schools shed blood over the allocation of the scepter's computational power. Or there could have been clandestine exchanges happening, but all are inconsequential. There's only one thing truly worth concealing: knowledge itself. According to the official report, thousands of scepters were flooded by foolish questions from scholars, exhausting their computational power. Now they have become more photo-op spots for everyone, floating in space like debris. You think I'd believe that? This is a creation of a genius, Screwlum. How much more can we improve the simulated accuracy of the scepter? I bet the scepter, or something similar to it, is how Noose was created. Conclusion. According to previous estimates, if we concentrate all computational power on the simulated universe, we can increase the accuracy to 71% or more. So the historical accuracy of the simulated universe is not even at a C grade level? Darn. As someone who's, like, adjacent to a history major himself, it's like, that's bad. You should at least try to get that up to, like, an 80. That's enough. I'm sure everyone here knows that I'm never one to accept the status quo. I have always sought to push beyond the existing boundaries of knowledge, and I find new breakthroughs and advance the total knowledge of the universe multiple-fold. The current extrapolation of the Scholar's Strife is precisely for that purpose. Therefore, I've decided to add in the fifth collaborator to the stimulated universe. Ooh, this is what I was excited about. Fifth! I really want to meet you, King too. You found Polka? Could it be that could it be the one that loves to eat bananas? Dr. Primitive. You found Polka? Let's revive Rupert the Second. Huh? Of course, I'm not literally reviving anyone. Gather all the data from the Scholar's Strife, replicate the entire scepter system with the simulated universe, and create the Emperor's external cognitive unit. Then we will be able to obtain the brain of the fifth genius. Then I shall ask him or her, no, should be it, a question. Just like how someone asked the question that I ultimately solved about the solitary wave theory at the end of the Scholar's Strife. So, by the way, I've mentioned this before, that Herta is supposedly was at the end of the Scholar's Strife, and the Scholar's Strife was 100 fucking Amber Arrows ago. Which means Herta is over 10,000 years old. To be fair, though, she did figure out how to reverse aging, so she can live forever. Or at least till Polka Calcomon fucking kills her, which I'm definitely, they've foreshadowed it to death. That Polka Calcomon will kill or will try to kill Herta at some point. It's all but fucking confirmed at this point. It's so heavily foreshadowed and hinted at, I would be more surprised if they don't do it. Although Stephen and Madame Ron May are both agreeable, I personally have reservations introducing multiple... Although Stephen and Madame Ron May are both agreeable, I personally have reservations introducing multiple objectives into a single study will significantly dilute the research and focus and reduce efficiency. Ugh. I'm gonna grab a snack. I buy these all the time. For those who don't know, it's hot cocoa snack pies. I get them at 7-Eleven, not too far from here. There's like 5 7-Elevens from nearby. And they don't all have these. Reserving judgment is good as having no opinion. The Scholar's Strife, my beginnings, and the fifth genius, Rupert II. He's not number 5 in the Genius Society, for those who don't remember, because if Rupert I was 27, Rupert II is definitely not 5th. She's referring to the 5th collaborator. These are all claims tightly linked to one another. Screw them. You'd better not tell me that you're not curious about this extrapolation. As you indicated, to be objective, my analysis does include a 15% weightage of curiosity. Hey Cat, your performance in Golden Gears was decent. You are experienced in dealing with Rupert's creations too, and it looks like I'm lacking an assistant. Isn't this just a perfect coincidence? Herta stares at you intently, likely not intending to offer you a choice, but after careful thought, this is the precious opportunity to work with Madame Herta on a research project. Do you really want to decline? I refuse. It's all I ever wanted. Then this settles it. Do come and collect more scepter data. I guarantee that you'll see many exciting things. Collect data for the scepter system. This experiment is different from those prior, Madam Can. Please stay safe. Alright, exciting things. Collect data for the scepter system. Now we get to do, I think, our first honest run. Oh, I gotta remember to do that. Real quick. But we got a new Eidolon. Ah, it's just the skill ups.
My past is gradually coming to light.
Oh, she has health regen at E6. I forgot about that. It's been so long. Cognitive boundary is activated. Now can activate this node. Expand the cognitive boundary, unlock enhanced mechanisms. What did we just grab? When a normal enemy is defeated, increase the damage taken by the boss enemy by 5%. Stacking up to 10 times, loses 1 stack at the start of the boss enemy's turn. Cool! Speed of the scepters is increased by 10. Interesting. So we have Fading Empire 1. Planar Length 2. Extrapolation alignment has been unlocked. It's DOT now! So after selecting extrapolation alignment, scepters suited for the chosen alignment will have a higher probability of appearing on this run. Cool. I can build a DOT team. That's what I've been doing anyway in the current, what's it called? Brain fart pure fiction. So we'll do boop, boop. You can't go anywhere without my recently built Sampo. Or as I like to call him, Black Swan at home. As much as I wanted to pull Black Swan, I have a fully built Sampo. So it's not worth it to me to get a Black Swan, because then I'd just be benching a unit that I've spent so much investment into. I could just take all of his relics off and put them on Black Swan, though. So this is the dot team that I walk around for most of the time. Because technically, Asta is kind of a dot unit. She does burn. Okay, so we have... This is the only dot one. After an ally uses ultimate, restore 50 charge. Attacks when charge reaches 120. So this is the one we just had, kind of. Except it does something different. It's bounce. Deals fire damage equal to 200% the base damage to enemy targets repeating 8 times every time. Damage with 1 stack of burn state. Star Crown at the start of each turn takes fire damage equal to 80% of the damage, stacking up to 4 times, lasting 2 turns. Each stack of Star Crown lowers the target's defense by 5%. Pretty good. Oh, here we go. Ranging the magnetic field according to the model. Chronicles of the Scholar's Strife, Candelograph, Historian, Kurhasan. It's really cool that we have lore now for all of these.
Does that hurt?
We got the dots. We got the power. So let's open with this.
Everything is ordained by the stars. Give these
Buff
trailblazers
our
your
speed.
blessing.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
Eternal sleep.
The dead return!
Good times. Time to say bye. Boom.
I wonder if we'll get a modifier that'll make it so that we can charge the scepter with DOT damage.
No manners, huh?
We'll grab the Cube of Decay. When inserted into a bound scepter, the number of damage instances is decreased by 2. That's pretty good. We can get a second Cube of Decay. Cube of Boundaries. When a scepter attacks, after every time it deals damage to a target, permeate. Every time the target is afflicted with burn, wind shear, bleed, or shock, or DOT taken increased by 2%. And 2% of their defense is ignored. Alright. Let's equip some stuff. Improper specs. Okay, so we can only do one. The old gambler appears. Oh, I don't recognize that curio. Where do I check my curios? There we go. What is this? Kill that butterfly. When choosing your components after winning a battle, one extra component can be chosen, but the number of available components will be reduced by 1. This curio will be destroyed once the effect has been triggered twice. Cool. Boss time! That was fast. They really made the simulated universe not as time-sinky as it used to be. Which I appreciate greatly, because when I farm this for all the lore, I won't have to spend 3 weeks.
Trouble ahead. Proceed. I'm with you.
Found your weakness.
Repay.
Oh, that was I didn't do anything. Oh, we can get a second scepter. Well, this one's kind of self-sustaining, so this one seems fun. Ooh, Genius of Prophecy 1. Here we go. Oh, it's a big Herta. It's big Herta. Alright. Relax. You're slowly being submerged into the unfathomable swamp. It gives you a fitting status. A nameless scholar, a passing observer, or something else. Like an ant on a rock. Mesmerizing lights will drape across your consciousness like a translucent veil. The bustling data in your ears achieving greater clarity. Newcomer. Adjust the observation precision of the imaginary background collaborator to max settings in accordance with the recording frequency of the quantum intervals. And don't forget to pour yourself a cup of coffee, the lady scholar instructs you. Pour a cup of black currant milk. Pour a cup of quartz coffee. Patafia Adler Somnerville is vexed over a number, a ghost haunting her soul, eternally maintaining the exact erroneous value in the experiment. The device emits clacking rings, swallowed up by the boundless void. You turn to on the vintage radio you thrifted out of habit, not really expecting to glean any useful news from it. The Quantum History Schools, the prophecy proclaims, with the deliberations of inorganic cells, new geniuses will rise to the call. Though the guild casts doubt on the prophecy's veracity, the Emperor's corpse is not yet cold. We cannot help but consider the importance of the prophecy to prevent the birth of future crises. How ambiguous. Suits them perfectly. Patavia scoffs. Would a genius born from the myriad scholars crawling all over the Emperor's legacy like maggots gnawing at the fruit of wisdom? Or would Rupert III awake from among the Empire's ashes? She walks towards the collaborator's control panel and ends the program. As expected, the visualized erroneous value is simulated and combined into a group of stable signals. Record the experimental data. It appears a frequency once every 13 minutes, no matter where the laboratory is recoded to. The Perlang Nebula Helderin, or even the edge of the black hole, neither the strength nor the frequency has shown any variation. It's as if there is a voice, omnipresent across all time and space. Interesting. So that's for the first bit of Herta lore we got, I guess. Interesting. Oh, we had the workbench. Scepter modification. Oh, it just gives it more slots.
Found your weakness.
Repay. What are you waiting for? To betray my customers?
Alright.
I charge extra.
Let's just see how much damage we can do with these scepters.
Never time to say bye. Boom.
Too much. That's over 1 million. Come on, big money. Ooh, tier 2s. Ooh, that gives us a third one. Started doing a charge scepter, increases charging efficiency by 30. Complete additional components obtained. Interesting. That seems cool. This is interesting. I'm really enjoying this so far.
Found your weakness.
This is the final boss, right?
Repay.
Everything is ordained by the stars. Give these trailblazers your blessing.
We're just gonna activate our ults.
What are you waiting for? To betray my customers? I charge extra.
And we're done. Genius of Prophecy 2. Dr. Patavia, who knew that she will become the origin of the Unknowable Domain. Dr. Patavia. Who's Dr. Patavia? She's the mastermind? This is not some third-rate murder mystery novel for you to play detective. Within the entire Intelligentsia Guild, Patavia is recognized as one of the most distinguished scholars. While she may be far from a genius, her achievements have earned her a separate page in the Candelagraphos records. For the first half of her life, she is not affiliated with a particular school, much like most unknown scholars. In the latter half, she became the coveted laureate, with every school keen to recruit her in hopes of elevating their prestige. It's rare to see you hold someone in such high regard. Sounds like you're very familiar with this person. We have some overlaps in the results of our nonlinear physics research. If we consider the leaving the circle of knowledge and creating a new insight from the realm of the unknown to be the path of erudition, then there's no doubt that she has gone further than most of her peers. What I think the signal Patavia received back then and the unknowable domain that currently confines me is like a lifeline that will help me out of the circle. It can lead me to find the knowledge singularity. The knowledge singularity, that's actually something that I've done research on. From the initial discovery of fire, the early questionings of gravity, then to the first recognition of the relationship between time and space, each instance where a scholar has stepped beyond the boundaries of the circle of knowledge led to a significant impact on the world. In the world of geniuses, such impact has always been considered extraordinary. An individual in the Genius Society proposed the concept of the knowledge singularity, describing it as a cognition tipping point that can permanently alter the definition of knowledge. So what exactly is this signal? Please stop speaking in riddle. I actually understand everything she said, and I hate that I do. Let me quiz you, Honorable Madam Herta. What are some of the achievements that a mediocre cannot achieve, even in the entire lifetime? I know that there are many, but answering this, you'll be close to guessing the nature of the signal. Solid waves theory, simulated universe. I know you'll just answer your own question. Oh, could it be me? What are some of the achievements that the mediocre cannot achieve, even if after an entire lifetime? Solid waves theory. It's solitary waves theory. I'll consider that correct. Solid waves theory. I didn't realize it was spelled wrong. As the starting point of my academic achievements, it can be considered one of my proudest achievements. The signal of the scholar Patavia received is the solitary wave within the universe. At the time, it is also a conundrum that nearly confined the entire universe in the circle of knowledge. Access unlock. We've unlocked new scepters and new components. New prophecy. So there are 20 secrets. I don't think I will show all of them. But if it seems to be chronological... Mega rich light bending guy. I think we can continue to we can at least finish the Antinomic Waltz questline, because I think it's going to make us go through a few chapters of this. We have to replenish all those jades after we just wasted a fuck ton on Aventurine's Cone. Vestige of Lumaflux. Oh. Obtain 100 million credits in total. I didn't even realize that I was working towards that. I haven't been spending credits. I didn't even notice. When completing simulation of Unknowable Domain, possess more than 20 components. Kardashev type 3. Acquire a component 3-star rarity. Alright. So I was at like 100 jade after we converted everything over, and we already have basically another 2 pulls worth of jades in about an hour. Yeah, there's only 14 aeons. So there's 4 aeons that aren't in Simulated Universe yet. Which is, we don't have long, we don't have Terminus, we don't have long. Are there only 16 aeons? Or is there 18? I forget. Who am I forgetting? Am I forgetting anyone? Or is it only 16? Alright. Future Rehearsal. Ooh, follow-up attack. That is not the team I meant to grab. I meant to grab Topaz. I saw red hair. I saw redhead. And I just clicked. Luckily, we can switch in-game, which seems nice. This type of scepter will take action on the action bar. So this is actually all kind of playing out similar to that the International Galactic Baseballer event, for those who remember. And I did record my playthrough of that, so you can watch it. Even though I don't recommend it, it's probably not the best thing I've ever put out. When the scepter takes action, it'll trigger corresponding effects. Boss time!
The market is unpredictable.
Too slow on my reaction time. Alright. You're just dead. Ooh, we get a new scepter. Deals ice damage, follow attack, takes 600% base damage. Slander. Yeah, we want that. Ooh, Futurological Congress. After the Emperor's fall, the cleansing and revenge against inorganic beings severely damaged the Emperor's legacy. After some efforts of rescue, the Intelligentsia Guild faced a problem. How does one fairly use the scepters to solve problems and reap the greatest benefits for the Guild? This is nothing less than an unsolvable equation. The Futurological Congress at Syphonia, the planet of fairness and debate, divvied up the spoils, held a banquet where the attendees consumed Rupert's soul. Scholars throng the stands like soap bubbles. You weave through the crevices of people and stand at the forefront of the assembly. The conference will decide the distribution of the scepters, whose project is more valuable, who can solve the difficult problems of the future, that who will soon become the owner of the legacy, at least in name. The scepters are scattered across the Empire's ruins like stars in the sky, and each of you in attendance harbors a hidden agenda in your hearts. I'm just here for the show. I want to take over the guild. I want to rebel against the IPC. Break free from those damnable idiots and their control over knowledge. Standard Dahl, Chief Scholar of the Astral Ecology School, walks onto the podium. Sharp, compound eyes take in the debate. He clears his throat, silencing the noise. A perfect scholar, the ultimate ideal of any truth seekers. An invaluable title, even the ages where erudition was not yet born. Infinite life, infinite perspectives, infinite thoughts. And then the knowledge so bowed down unto him. Focus all the computational power on the one individual, granting them the chance to speak to the gods. Pave the way for a genius, and create the perfect scholar for the guild. Madness gleams in his eyes. A million problems from the mediocre versus the inspiration of a single genius. Which is more valuable? The answer is self-evident. Among the bustling crowd, a shadow leaves behind a scent that is both sweet and dangerous. Diverting your attention, the strange woman wears a pastel-colored gown underneath her scholar's robe. Oh no, it's fucking Polka again. I knew it! Conversing with the people around her, you cannot make out her features, and though the clamor and commotion, you are only able to catch a few words. Search for that scent, survey the crowd for that splash of pastel. The future, eh? Why in such a hurry to advance? The interstellar energy war will need even longer for time before it settles down. The statement sounds like a taunt with a tone of euphoria. You're asking me? Let's just say, and I'm an old friend here to pay my respects at a school of psychohistory's tomb. You do not find anything. She got away. I will catch you someday, Lord of Silence.
Fangs and claws got dull.
That's the same effect from the slot machine chip from the baseballer event, I'm just realizing.
That won't do.
Let the valuation begin. Go Nuppy! The market is on. Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game!
I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant! Victory!
He's gonna stand back up. I'd rather have him get hit. We're done. Combat is so fast in this. This is basically the baseballer event forever now. Just keep grabbing the charge. Just getting all the multiples. There we go. Now we have something on there. There's scepter. Condense. If an attack from scepter or an ally. Ally target they'll follow additionally deals one. Ratification. Where are we going next? More combat. Alright. I think we have like a loop almost going. I mean, we have one of these. Cube of multidimensionality. Elite time! I might edit this down quite a bit. It's gonna be like a 4-hour stream, but I might just edit it down to like the highlights. I want to get them to gold. An adventure domain gives me a high likelihood of doing that. Trotter catch, trotter catch, trotter catch, trotter catch. Cowboy Showdown! I can live with that. I do not play WoW. I do not. Alright.
How about
Let's
a
see.
one-on-one? Never hesitate! I venture forth to forever triumphant! Victory is inevitable!
Oh wow, it says 12 hits required now.
That won't do.
The market is on. Right! Investing in victory means playing the long game!
Answer me. Freedom.
Sure, I'll play along.
That's one way to make a boss.
Watch your head. The dice have been cast. Bust. Or maybe I'll
Alright,
take it all.
detonation.
The fearless knows not fear.
All in.
That seems a little bit easy. I can get a third one. Oh, Futurological Congress 2. Slander, who had hoped to usurp the legacy for himself, leaves amid the audience's curses. The School of Interstellar Energy Resources proposes the reconciliatory suggestion to bequeath 95% of the computational power to the four sufficiently grand cosmic conundrums. You quickly see, through the shabby double act, the illustrious scholar presents you all with a choice. Either allow one school to own it all, or split the spoils among the four, allowing everyone to have a share of the scraps. Four cosmic conundrums, a perfect scholar, should be shared among all. Almost everyone chooses the second option, and thus the four vultures dig their claws into the Iron Throne. The first is called the Energy Source. Drinking heartily from the imaginary river in hopes of tampering boundless gold, you see the emblem of Technology Department, and the interstellar energy war is far from over. Second, Life, attempting to piece together the genes and grasp pulses, thirsting to find the body most suitable for the House of Intelligence. Its pupils are forged from metal, its wings carved from trees, its heart in the chest beating like thunder. The third is Integration, building a nest which particles and branches of energy awaiting the hatching of the grand unified equation from the egg, interpreting the deconstruction and reconstruction of all things. The fourth is called Future, like a butterfly, like a ripple, seeking an answer, divined, to determine if the universe is ordained or chaotic, till the future can be perfectly predicted. Deafening cheers mark close to the banquet, Rubert II, who once stormed the cosmos. His power now rests in your collective hands. Even the most obscure scholar will be elatedly planning on using the scepters, even if they would never glimpse the legacy's true visage, even when on their deathbed. Seems like everyone has forgotten a truth. All these pearls of knowledge do not belong to any organic life present. This is a disgrace for the Intelligentsia Guild. It's an honorable victory. I have the right to remain silent. We are just like the pack of hyenas devouring the dross left by others, and still acting all smug. Batavia lowers her head with frustration, and you hear her weary sigh. Concentration, ratification, petrification. We have another concentration, I guess, since it's extra.
Market is unpredictable. Right! Investing in victory means playing
This
the
is
long
so
game.
silly. Just the hammer down. This is literally the baseballer event as a simulated universe, and I love it. Time for the final battle. Sam? That's kind of annoying.
How about a one-on-one? Never hesitate! Too slow. I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant! Check! Check! Victory is inevitable!
Go Navi!
All in.
That won't do.
Just hammer time.
I'm asking questions. Answer me. Fail. SAS knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood. 0 points. Fail.
Just look at that damage spin go.
No dirty tricks, all right? Watch your head.
I venture forth to hunt. Forever triumphant! Check! Victory is inevitable!
Just look at it go. That's just a one phase skipped. I mean, I'm not even gonna bother to use skill points anymore. I don't need them.
Fangs and claws got dull.
Poke.
Easy, Numby.
Poke.
The market is on. Right!
Because
Investing in
every
victory
ult we do
means
is just
playing the long
basically
game.
free damage.
Now that's better.
No dirty trick. All in.
Unless you're there, but look at it just keep chaining.
Watch your head. Sure, I'll play along.
Show me what you can do.
The
I'll give
dice
you
have
5
been
seconds.
cast. Bust.
This is
Or
more than
maybe I'll
game.
Take it all. All in.
Slow.
Mission failed.
Oh, we got cheese. Alright, Futurological Congress 3. 1% of a scepter will rival a fleet. 10% of a scepter will obliterate stars. 1 scepter will surpass all that we comprehend, and 1,000 scepters will rule the universe. Dissecting our comprehension, reversing decay, stretching space, creating stars, stories about scepters have been tainted by much fiction and delusion. But the truth has proven that many of the observers' embellishments don't even scratch the surface of the genius's creation. Such technology has inevitably only been used for sheer slaughter. Batavia successfully clears the research review. Before applying for the scepter's allocation, you hope to obtain some reference from this old classmate, but she herself hasn't the faintest idea about the Guild's evaluation standards. If you can obtain the entirety of the Emperor's legacy, what would you do? Become king of the universe? Become mega rich? Become chief scholar? What about you? You return the question to the scholar in front of you. I'll figure out the weird signal first, then we'll see. There is hesitation within Batavia's response. You log into the application interface where the topics and projects are evaluated. Using this as a benchmark, you will be granted the opportunity to own a piece of the Scepter's computational power. Please enter your logic number. According to the Article 21 of the Scepter Administrative Committee, you will be assigned the computational power corresponding to your eligibility. O120 Spatial Replacement Mechanism, 3941 Celestial Bodies Functional Modification, 8674 Border Star Crop Cultivation. Inquiry complete. Topic value calculation in progress. The tone of the system's voice prompts is warm. The tone of the system's voice prompt is warm. According to the School of Evolutionary Perfection's theory, it uses optimal amplitude to invoke goodwill in the listener. Verification complete. Your authorized allocation is 1/10,000th computational power. May you discover truth on the road to erudition. Authorized usage of 1/10,000th computational power of a scepter, a value similar to that mysterious signal of hers. A standard response from a combination of feasibly applicably financial prospects and the black box. Intriguing. So this quest is literally just keep doing it, huh? Ice cold technology. So we're doing swarm, and now we have break. Let's break out the break team then. Okay, so we have break and speed. Summons a specter, 100 speed, attacks when taking action. AoE attack deals ice damage equal to 200% base damage to all enemies, and reduces 15 toughness regardless of weakness, repeating 2 times. If the target's weakness is broken, deals break damage equal to 200% the units. Okay, foreshadow. Increases toughness reduced by 10%. I think this is the better of the two. Some new things were unlocked from the last exploration. You should try them out first. These circular interfaces are decision components, a special kind of passive component. Decision components conflict with each other and cannot be repeatedly obtained or upgraded. Also, each scepter can only have one equipped. When inserted into a speed scepter, using an attack, advances another random speed scepter's action by 50%. Okay. This doesn't do anything. Diving deeper into the Unknowable Domain will cause extra cycle limits. When the extra cycles become 0, enemies will become greatly enhanced. New mechanics, huh? Simulated Unknowable Domain, every battle has a standard number of cycles. When the battle exceeds the standard cycles, it will consume extra cycles. Every round of exploration has a certain number of extra cycles. When all extra cycles are used up, the enemy will enter Berserk state greatly. So that's the main mechanic from the old simulated universe, but they added basically a countdown timer for it now. If you enter a battle when extra cycles are at 0, the enemy will enter Berserk state at the end of the standard cycle. Okay.
Please stay tuned. The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Man, I need to get some speed increases on that scepter. It's kind of slow and not really helping much.
Nice like a good brew, my friends. Indulge yourselves!
New scepter time. I want a second speed one. Let's just grab it. So now we can actually use that speed effect. We get a decision one too. Let's increase the speed of all speed scepters. I'll grab this for collection purposes. Alright, Omnipotent Bankruptcy 1. Good morning, Miss Assistant. You connect to the scepter, experiencing its internally simple yet remarkable mechanical structure. A string of shoddy, ugly code instantly disrupts your holosync. An armed archaeologist's construction team is installing the final thermal insulation component into the engine. You are swept away and engulfed in a surge of information, forcing you to immediately disconnect. The death of the Emperor sealed all the scepters. They lost their ability to communicate and are unable to demonstrate the ability to produce the terrifying instantaneous decisions made during the war. But this isn't the problem. Directly link up the dozens of scepters among the schools using the engine and cables in physical space. Mullet, chief scholar of the School of Pure Creation, raises his arms and hoots. The engine ignites, and the scepters gradually sink into the spatial depression, waiting to appear on the other side of the universe. They have expropriated your allocation and occupied your lab. They say that the sound made by your 1/10,000th authority is no more than dust drifting through the cosmos. Carter, tell them to give me a day, no, even just half a system day. The experiment can't be interrupted here. Batavia grabs a hold of your arm, but you are helpless, as you are merely her hired research assistant. Your compatriots bellow in fury, rushing towards the invaders' lab site in an attempt to stop this hostile takeover. Join the protest against this atrocity. Silently wait for the scepter's migration to end. As knowledge becomes a commodity in the Intelligentsia Guild, research that lacks value will become nothing more than wandering beggars. You have no money, and even less dignity. You feel light shaking beneath your feet, your vision starts to waver, and you feel painful dizziness. The instant the warp jump commences, the images on the screen dance like trembling strings. The meticulously designed lab environment starts to collapse with a spatial change. Years of Batavia's efforts are lost in the quivering delirium of data images. An inexplicable fire is set alight in your chest. You must wait for a chance to let this so-called prophet witness his rage of the Mundanite. One scepter of 3-star rarity. 1 decision components. Fuck it, let's grab a 3rd scepter. Venture domain time. I have to think so hard on what to grab in this. It's so hard.
Let's save some time.
I think it's sad that I use Space Out more in Sim Universe than I do anywhere else. I missed one somewhere.
Let's save some time.
It really wants it that way, huh? Alright. Double elite.
The mood is set just. Let the show begin!
Life's like a good, my friends. Indulge yourselves! Merciful Medicus! Initiate cleanup! Attack!
Until everything burns to ashes! Firefly sets the seas ablaze!
Rhythm get messed up. Let's improvise.
It's time. No amnesty for the Marastruck.
Okay. we can do this without having to run out of cycles. And we get a new decision component. When inserted into a speed scepter, regenerates energy to all charged scepters. I don't have a charged scepter. We have all speed scepters, sadly. Another adventure domain. These are always fun. Oh, it's Trotter Catch. I do find it kind of funny that Fei Xiao
Your call.
kind of trivializes almost every single adventure domain.
Let's save some time. All together.
And people say Topaz is the best at this.
Firefly Type 4. Activate! Attack detected.
It just keeps going.
Nice, like my friends. Indulge yourselves! Attack!
Rhythm get messed up. Dreams do come true.
You admit
The
this
mood
crime?
is set. Let the show begin.
Like fun till everything burns to ashes!
No amnesty for the Mars struck. Execute the Mars struck.
This is more than a Sex in the Sea someplace!
This is just constant damage raining from the sky.
Remember this moment.
Do you really think you're gonna live long enough for those to get another turn?
To live!
This is so ridiculous. So let's grab this. Dot speed, break speed, ultimate speed. We're not using dot stuff, so we'll swap it for this one. When inserted into charge scepters, every one attack by the scepter, one random speed scepter will immediately attack. Omnipotent Bankruptcy 2. A string of failed experiments causes the research topic to lose its last investor. You see the downcast back of a figure. Scholar Patavia is signing an agreement with the Scepter's Administrative Committee to relinquish the authority to use 1/10,000th. The mergers, ever increasing in scale, cause the situation to return to the state of written script. Knowledge is akin to money, endlessly flowing to the leading school at the top of the food chain. It is at this moment that your group, with nothing as your background, realizes that the initial directive of the major schools distributing the surplus allocation downwards was but a fleeting illusion. The fragile peace that the Futurological Congress founded collapsed thunderously. What lies on the other side of the high wall partnership is a bloodletting scholar's strife. The victory will seize control of all scepters, create the perfect scholar, and losers will become a laughingstock. As research assistants, you and Herta are unceremoniously ejected from the control center. Drifting on the outskirts of the scepters, accompanied by the tremors of the spatial field, the black megastructures dragged by engines continue to warp here. She wraps your forehead, shaking you out of your role play. Assistant Herta, what are you doing? Stop pretending. Your acting wouldn't feel peppy. Oof. I wanted to find a place to hide and do some reading on the scepter's structure, but Batavia was shooed out before she could even act. Bah, her luck is just as bad as mine. Geniuses believe in luck too? More precisely, we believe in probability. Humans will interpret encountering outliers and high probability events as luck. However, of course, my luck has never been great. Herta sighs, apparent sarcasm as if talking to someone unseen. I think I mentioned it before, right? The circle of knowledge. Each time I try to exit and create a bigger circle, there would be an accident. The database would break down due to memory element failure, or at a crucial moment, the spaceship that key personnel and the research team were on during vacation would get wrecked. A collapse caused by an accidental tuft during a particle conversion experiment. Disasters would always happen at the right time to absolutely shatter my efforts. No wonder the blue is fraught with disasters. So that's how you became the Messiah? You think I wanted to? I'd trade all my I would trade all my messianic renown for an experiment where everything goes smoothly. Herta stamps her foot in discontent. We are getting the lore. Ooh, another adventure domain. I can't believe we're still going. My neck is starting to kill me, so we're definitely ending after this, even though it doesn't feel like we've gotten any closer to the end. We're only scratching the surface of the Scholar's Strife. But it is interesting that it's very chronologically being shown. One of the problems with Golden Gears, the way it was structured, it just felt really helter-skelter and random. We really couldn't control in Golden Gears what you were doing at any given time.
Side. Let's save some time.
Let's do the random nonsense. Break charge, ultimate speed, break speed. Now we have charge again. I'm curious to what the auto does now, because I think we've basically just completely scrapped our entire early build for a mostly random one. Are we at the boss yet?
Please stay tuned. We need a strategy.
Firefly Type 4, activate!
Alright, we got basically 3 cycles to do this. I'm very confident in our ability to do so.
The mood is set. Let the show begin! Time to test our rapport. Dreams do come true.
Initiate cleanup. Attack!
Until everything burns to ashes! Sets the seas ablaze!
That's one phase down.
That's all you got?
wasting half of its turn already.
Still the same mold. The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Pop the ults to pop the ults for charge. Oh, that's right, we don't even have the charge.
Let's improvise.
Do you admit this crime?
Attack detected. Fight to live!
Boom. Boom! Look at all those debuffs. Everything's building charge for the other things.
Step up, let's see ya.
Take your positions. Dreams do come true.
Knowing I'm see the Marstruck.
The mood is set. Let the show begin.
Attack detected.
Hey, they charge from stuff being
Firefly
broken.
Type 4 in the sense the seas of blaze.
Everything just breaking. It just keeps going. It's chaining into itself. It's a self-feeding machine. Oh my god, it got a turn.
Stay in step. Let's improvise.
This is more than a fight to live!
Nice, like my friends.
And that's game.
Indulge yourselves!
Stop. Hammer time. Omnipotent Bankruptcy 3. Scholar Mullet's gaze sweeps over the lifeless Sync Index, his heart's despair akin to an ape that barged into a starship. Dozens of scepters are gathered in the same star Sorry, I brain farted for a minute. Barged into the starship. Dozens of scepters are gathered in the same star quadrant, with frigid electrical cables interconnecting their extrapolation systems. However, the mechanical megastructure only responds with silence. He intended to carry out multiplicative extrapolation effect and build complete neural system. However, the inorganic cells constructed by the Emperor's far surpassed human intellect, and the scholars have no means of activating them. The deceased genius silently mocks the incompetent Mundanites. But this has nothing to do with you. You are merely a recently unemployed research assistant. I love the work here. I miss Batavia. You hear the scepters murmuring like the writhing organic cells or the flow of electrons in inorganic circuits. To borrow an analogy from the organic life, those are voices confined within the heart. They are coreless neurons devoid of function of thought. They are non-synaptic neurons devoid of function to communicate. But why do they still emit noise? You touch their skin, and the tiny vibrations travel through your fingers. You feel sadness. Cells without sentience, weapons of massacre, the Emperor's sword that can annihilate a whole galaxy in a nanosecond. Yet you find yourself genuinely empathizing with them, your heart quavering, your tears streaming uncontrollably. With the aid of the IPC, the Guild has successfully deciphered a message within the scepters. There is a core responsible for asking questions, the centerpiece that issues commands. It was once connected to all entities. But the scepters have not provided any information regarding the core. Positions, functions, all turn up blank. The common opinion is that the so-called core is Rubert II. In the present, where the genius is dead, the remaining inorganic cells are nothing more than the remnants of the Emperor's mind. intriguing. And we still aren't done. But there isn't much more space to scroll down, so I'm assuming it's going to go like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's probably like another one somewhere down. But we're like 40% of the way through. I'm going to edit this down in post, and if it turns out to be under 3 hours, I'll post it as one video, but odds are this is going to get posted as 2. I don't even know if I'll keep the stuff from the Golden Gears. But this is basically getting really complicated really fast. But we're getting all sorts of stuff. We did get some Star Rail passes, so before we log off, let's do some standard pulls, since I said we would at the start, and I barely now remember to do that. We got 4 of them at some point during all of that chaos. 14. So it'll put us in the range of where I got my lowest ever 5-star. I guess that's not true anymore. We got that Aventurine cone at, like, what was it? 6 pity? Because we got a double. Anyway, let's go to 24. I don't even know what I want out of the standard banner anymore. I want a Bailu. And we're going to get a 5-star selector in the next patch, so I'm getting a Bailu, whether the game gives it to me or not. Alright, let's go to 34. Do we get the early 5-star? This is like halfway to soft pity. Nope, I don't think we do. Would have been funny. Would have been funny. Would have been a great way to end the stream. Come on. Something good. Hell, give me another Moza. I mean, we take those. Is March, like, rate up or something right now? She is. Well, we looked at it earlier. I finally have E6 March.
My past is gradually coming to light.
Hey, I have a light cone of this. Although I currently get more use out of this. But I do like Preservation March, to be honest. And Tingyun. This is the first Eidolon I've got on you, so I don't even know what it does. After using their ultimate, the ally with Benediction gains 20% speed for 1 turn.
Ah, a visitor. Please let me show you some of our local hospitality.
This has been a very fun stream. Oh, Skrillum and Herta are gone. Now we only have, oh, this Herta's also gone. Well, see you all in the next part. I probably will resume this in a day or so, although I'm gonna fall behind in Genshin streams, so I'm probably gonna do that next. But we're gonna continue Antinomic Waltz. I'll try to finish it. We did 40% of it in one stream, which means theoretically I should be able to do 60% of it in another stream. So there's probably like 5 more hours of content. Although if you're watching this on YouTube, this part might have been cut out. Or the next part will continue immediately after this. Bye-bye. Or, let's continue.